Hi, primary teachers. I'm going to walk you through a document that we've made that will hopefully support your organization and self-management skills. None of the information on this document is new. We've just pulled all the things that might help you stay organized with the planning and the teaching and the times and the deadlines. So I'll talk you through it so you can use it as a reference. So the first table is just to help get you in that weekly planning flow. Collaborative planning times are every morning 7:15 to 8:30 and 2 to 3:45. So that's before and after the learning blocks for the learners. This hopefully repeats that overview of what planning for the following week looks like. So if you watched video 2, this is repetitive information, which just walks through Monday, the grade level leader creating the copy, Monday, homeroom teachers and single subject teachers starting to work on those plans for the following week. Tuesday and Wednesday, continuing to work on those plans for the following week for both homeroom teachers and single subject teachers. And then that Wednesday checkpoint where grade level leaders share next week's tentative plans with me so I can give some feedback. And then we see the routine of me leaving some feedback on Thursday, and Friday being the opportunity where homeroom and single subject teachers can respond to the feedback and finalize the plans so that the grade level leader is able to copy those finalized slides into the master document that's viewable by parents and learners. And when that's done, then I'll notify Joe that he can send an email to the families to let them know that the planning is ready for them to access, hopefully afford them the weekend of looking ahead and helping their children get organized, knowing that many of our parents might be working. This chart also has the daily routine, not necessarily for next week's planning, but for this week's planning. So that daily task for homeroom teachers of either recording and posting a link to a morning message or organizing and posting a link to a morning meeting. And to help clarify the rotation for that, we've also copied who's having the live interactive video chats when, and on the days where you're not having a live interactive video chat, then it's a morning message. We've chosen to do a rotation to help with families who are sharing devices and also to help with parents who might need to share their support for certain learners to get on and use Zoom, and then also for bandwidth considerations. The next section is just a little bit of a checklist when it comes to the weekly planning that needs to be done in advance. So the first section is for homeroom teachers, and just to clarify that there needs to be 4 learning plans for all areas of homeroom learning, organized Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and also there needs to be at least 1 choice extension organized weekly for all of the homeroom learning areas. And then just a reiteration of those deadlines that the draft of the plan for feedback is end of the day on Wednesday, and the finalized and publishing of those plans is Friday, end of day. And then similarly, just an at-a-glance checklist for single subject teachers with the same deadlines, a draft of next week's plan by Wednesday, and finalized and ready to be published by the end of the day on Friday. And then just clarification, then that means 1 mandatory learning experience for every grade level per week, as well as 1 choice extension per grade level per week for our single subject teachers. The next slide is just kind of an overview of what that daily teaching flow looks like. So 8:30 to 9 every morning, homeroom teams will either be engaged in the morning meeting or the morning message. 9 to 11 and 12 to 2 are the learning blocks where learners are interacting with the learning that's been planned for them that week, which means that teachers, both homeroom and single subject, will be interacting with learners. And this could be leaving feedback, comments, probing questions, offering support. It might be via Seesaw, Google Classroom, or it might be a Zoom chat if it's organized and scheduled in advance. It also means being accessible to parents for clarification and support or scheduling those Zoom chats. And that might happen via email or Seesaw, connecting with the parents. And then at the end of the document is just some guidelines about feedback, assessment, and reporting. The main idea here is that as much as possible, feedback, assessment, and reports will mirror practices we already have in place. So regular ongoing feedback in many forms, regular ongoing assessment that's analyzing daily evidence, and also reports when units are complete and when language and